What's there to fear? Observed Xiao Hong. Won't it anyhow be better to die a little earlier? It would be a riddance. Why do you deliberately come out with all this talk? Cha Hui demurred. How could you ever know anything of the secrets of my heart? Xiao Hong inquired. Cha Hui nodded her head and gave way to reflection. I don't think it's strange on your part, she said after a time, for it is really difficult to abide in this place. Yesterday, for instance, our dowager lady remarked that the servants in attendance had, during all the days that Pao Yu was ill, had a good deal to put up with, and that now that he has recovered, incense should be burned everywhere and the vows fulfilled. And she expressed a wish that those in his service should, one and all, be rewarded according to their grade. I and several others can be safely looked upon as young in years and unworthy to presume so high, so I don't feel in any way aggrieved. But how is it that one like you couldn't be included in the number? My heart is much annoyed at it. Had there been any fear that Shi Yin would have gotten 10 times more, I could not have even then felt sore against her, for she really deserves it. I'll just tell you an honest truth. Who else is there like her? Not to speak of the diligence and carefulness that she has displayed all along. Even had she not been so diligent and careful, she couldn't have been set aside. But what is provoking is that lot, like Qing Yan and Qi Sha, should have been included in the upper class. Yet it's because everyone places such reliance on the fine reputation of their father and mother that they exalt them. Now do tell me, is this sufficient to anger one or not? It won't do to be angry with them, Xiao Hong observed. The proverb says, you may erect a shed 1,000 li long, but there is no entertainment from which the guests will not depart. And who is it that will tarry here for a whole lifetime? In another 3 years or 5 years, every single one of us will have gone her own way, and who will, when that time comes, worry her mind about anyone else? These allusions had the unexpected effect of touching Cha Hui to the heart, and in spite of herself, the very balls of her eyes got red. But so uneasy did she feel for crying for no reason that she had to exert herself to force a smile. What you say is true, she ventured, and yet Pao Yu even yesterday explained how the rooms should be arranged by and by, and how the clothes should be made, just as if he was bound to hang on to dear life for several hundreds of years. Xiao Hong, at these words, gave a couple of sardonic smiles, but when about to pass some remark, she perceived a youthful servant girl who had not as yet let her hair grow walk in, holding in her hands several patterns in 2 sheets of paper. You are asked to trace these 2 designs, she said. As she spoke, she threw them at Xiao Hong, and twisting herself around, she immediately scampered away. Whose are they, after all? Xiao Hong inquired, addressing herself outside. Couldn't you wait even so much as to conclude what you had to say, but flew off at once? Who is steaming bread and waiting for you? Or are you afraid, forsooth, that it should get cold? They belong to Sister Qi. The young servant girl merely returned for an answer from outside the window, and raising her feet high, she ran tramp on her way back again. Xiao Hong lost control over her temper, and snatching the designs, she flung them on one side. She then rummaged in a drawer for a pencil, but finding, after a prolonged search, that they were all blunt, she thereupon ejaculated, "Where did I, the other day, put that brand new pencil? How is it I can't remember where it is?" While she soliloquized, she became wrapped in thought. After some reflection, she at length gave a smile. "Of course," she exclaimed, "the other evening Ying-er took it away." And turning towards Cha Hui, she shouted, "Fetch it for me." Sister Hua is waiting for me to get a box for her, so you'd better go for it yourself, Cha Hui rejoined. What? She's waiting for you, and are you still squatting here chatting leisurely? Hadn't it been that I asked you to go fetch it, she too wouldn't have been waiting for you, you most perverse vixen? With these words on her lips, she herself walked out of the room, and leaving the Ai-hung court, she straightway proceeded in the direction of Bao Chai's court. As soon, however, as she reached the Sinfeng pavilion, she saw Dame Li, Pao Yu's nurse, appear in view from the opposite side. So Xia Hung halted and, putting on a smile, she asked, Dame Li, where are you old lady bound for? How is it that you're coming this way? Nurse Li stopped and clapped her hands. Tell me, has he deliberately gone and fallen in love with that Mr. Something like Yoon or you? They now insist on me bringing him inside. But if they get wind of it by and by in the upper rooms, it won't again be a nice thing. Are you, old lady, taking things in such real earnest that you readily believe them and want to go and ask him in here? Xia Hung replied, smiling. What can I do? Nurse Li rejoined. Why, that fellow will, if he has any idea of decency, do the right thing and not come in. Besides, he's not a fool, pleaded Nurse Li. So why shouldn't he come in?